How goes it all? Welcome back to Patterson Properties. Hopefully, you guys having a great, exceptional day. Well, let's get into this. It's going to be a quick one. All right, gas prices have continued to increase. Food prices have continued to increase, and obviously, with that, rental prices have followed suit, along with home prices being crazy. It's a crazy world. Local. Go old school, insane in the membrane by Cypress Hill. That's the world we're living in, right? But it is what it is, and we will push through this like we do every single economic downturn, any specific pandemic out there. Remember, Patterson Properties, what we do is we wholesale properties throughout the United States virtually, and majority of the time it's usually in the DMV area. And we purchase properties just to sell as a fix and flip or just sell as is, via tax liens and tax sales and all that good stuff, all right? So anyways, according to the article that I read today, Indianapolis, Indiana received an expected uptick in rental activity in the first quarter of 2022 as 482 homes leased through T&H Realty local MLS system. If you know, the reason why I follow T&H Realty is because I actually own a couple of rental properties within the state of Indiana. So it just makes sense to, and obviously I utilize the services all at the same time. So it's a beautiful thing. Rent prices, as is the trend, continue to increase, moving from $1,332 in Q4 of, which is the quarter of 2021, to $1,358 this past quarter. Obviously this $1,358 represents a 12% increase in rents from the same quarter last year. For those of you who track the normally very well studied central Indiana rental market, the number is nothing short of staggering. And remember that in all major metropolitan areas, family to rents are going up constantly, and they're going to constantly go up because of supply and demand for housing. With interest rates going up, less and less homes are going to be going for sale on the market for the next year or two. Obviously, that's what the Fed is doing because they're trying to slow down inflation, and it is what it is. Remember, as well is that another thing to remember too. For the last 2 years, major hedge fund corporations have been buying up homes in bulks, certain instances, entire neighborhoods for the last 2 to 3 years, all across the United States of America, literally purchasing every single family home that they could find, purchasing it way above market value, outbidding everyday home buyers and everyday small time home investors. So, it's like they're taking over the market in a very, very big way. The article also stated that as we enter the second quarter, the rental market is officially in full swing here in central Indiana. Applications are brisk, lease signings are frequent, and our T&H Realty average days on the market, the property's average days on the market are very, very low. T&H Realty doesn't expect that trend to change in the near term. Keeping up with market rents is the primary focus of T&H Realty, not only during the initial marketing, but also at rental renewals. It's critical, particularly in this crazy national housing environment, that we continue to run comparative market analysis on all of T&H properties to ensure fair market rent is achieved. And as a landlord family, because that's what, I make my bread and butter from in the real estate market, between that and wholesaling properties. One wants to be fair when it comes to rental prices, but let's be very, very honest. As a landlord, there used to be a time when we would constantly worry and dread that phone call about losing a tenant. But now we, for the most part, do not worry about that because we know that we have the high commodity that is needed, i.e. real estate. Also, this puts us landlords in a position where we can fix the property up, possibly sell it for a big profit, or we can just raise the rent since we raised the value of the property. But to my landlords in this crazy economic times that we are living in during this crazy year, 2022, do not try to get too outrageous when it comes to, your rental property prices, unless, you're in crazy or way overpriced markets like Los Angeles, San Francisco, Seattle, New York City, et cetera, and so forth. Washington, D.C., and now cities like Austin, and cities like Atlanta, Georgia, and cities like Miami and whatnot, Nashville, Tennessee. These are the big, biggest growing cities in the country right now, but they're becoming the most expensive cities. They haven't reached LA or New York levels yet, but they're creeping up on there, especially the pricing of the housing and the rents are not, they're exceeding the value of your average salary within the area. I mean, heck, an article came out 2 weeks ago talking about most people cannot afford to live in Metro Atlanta and whatnot. Now, Atlanta's big. They have a lot of counties outside of the metro area, but most working people can't afford to live in Metro Atlanta. So, heck, even Atlanta right now is going through a thing in regards to regulating, trying to regulate the Airbnb market, and the making people submit an application and a fee, and then they actually have to pay a specific fee. I believe it's $150, and then they're talking about possibly saying that you can only have up to 2 Airbnbs, which most likely it's not going to work, especially given the fact that the mayor of Atlanta owns 2 to 3 Airbnbs himself. So, but they're just trying to get a hold of, get a handle on Airbnb in the city of Atlanta. But the main reason is probably what I see is the hotels are probably complaining. Well, I know you have residents that are complaining because in certain Airbnbs, people are using it as a place to party and they're keeping people up late at night, and things are getting crazy. But then the other side of that coin is you have major corporations, i.e. hotels, that are losing a lot of money because, heck, even when I went to Atlanta, I stayed in an Airbnb because, one, it was $200 to $300 cheaper, and then 3, instead of me just having a room with a bathroom, I actually had a kitchen. I had, I stayed in a duplex. So I had my own bedroom, I had a bathroom, I had a kitchen, so I had room to stretch my legs and whatnot. I had a real kitchen, so I felt more comfortable. For the most part, most hotels are very, very overrated unless you get an overpriced suite. And it's just not that serious. So, and another thing, even in markets like that, you got to think like, hey, celebrities utilize Airbnbs on a regular basis in a city like that because, Atlanta's become the Hollywood of the South, and celebrities are coming through there on a regular basis. And then obviously, most young people that want to utilize Airbnb and not utilize hotels because hotels are overrated, But anyways, do great 3 free things. Like, share, and subscribe. Hopefully you guys have a great day. If you're a stock market investor, crypto investor, individual retirement account investor, don't forget to sign up with WEBULL, Coinbase, Crypto.com, Stash, Acorns, all that good stuff. You'll be able to get some money. All the links are in the description. And as I always say, make money move, so you're going to live broke like a fool. And like I always say, do the great 3 free things. Like, share, and subscribe as the sign says behind. Take care.